solve using both principles. The first one, we have 4 times some number, 4 times x minus 4 equals 20. 4 times x minus 4 equals 20. So if you want to get ahead of yourself, you can just say, well, this has to be 24 because 24 minus 4 equals 20. In order for this to be 24, x has to be 6, 4 times 6. So the answer would be 6. Some students are capable of doing that without doing algebra. And if you can do that, great. I'm going to show you the algebra, though, because I want you to get comfortable when these equations get longer, how to do the process. So if we want to figure out what x is, we want to get that variable x all by itself. So the first thing we'll always do is move any terms that are not x terms. So you see this term right here, this 4. 4x minus 4 equals 20. I'd like to combine that 4 with that 20. So I really need to get rid of this 4 from this side. If I want to get the x by itself, let me get rid of this 4 first. The opposite of subtracting 4 is to add 4. If I do it on one side, I got to do it to the other side. 4x minus 4 plus 4 disappears. So we're simply left with 4x on this side. Always leave the equals where it is. 20 plus 4 is 24. So now we broke it down to 4 times x equals 24. Again, so some students are going to say, well, then it's got to be 6. And it is. The answer is 6. But let's finish the process. 4 times x equals 24. If I want to get x by itself and get rid of that 4, the opposite of times or multiplication is division. I got to divide by 4, but I got to do it on the other side as well. So notice in this problem we're using both principles, the addition and the multiplication or division. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so it's just x. I drew a line through it. It's like a 1, x. And 24 divided by 4 is 6. So the answer to this would be 6. And if you want to verify it, 4 times 6 is 24. 24 minus 4 equals 20. Perfect. So in these problems, just try to get comfortable with identifying where the variable is, the x term. You want to get it by itself, so you always get rid of anything being added or subtracted first. Get rid of that. The last thing you're typically going to do is divide. Not always, but usually the last thing you do is divide. Look at our next problem. 3 equals negative 2 times y plus 13. If you don't like the way it looks, you feel free to rewrite it. Some students will start by doing that. They're going to write negative 2y plus 13 equals to 3, just because they can think clearer. Knock yourself out. I'm going to go ahead and use it the way it is. So I have to get the y by itself because I want to know what y is. 3 equals negative 2 times y plus 13. To get the y by itself, the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this 13. To get rid of it, if I'm adding 13, the opposite would be subtract 13. But if I do that on one side, I must do it to the other side. 13 minus 13 would be 0. So negative 2y plus 13 minus 13, it's gone. So on my left side, 3 minus 13, that's negative 10, equals negative 2 times y. We don't write the times, but it's implied. I'm almost done. It says negative 2 times what equals negative 10. So a lot of us can already figure it out. It's got to be 5. But let's carry the process out. If I want to get y by itself, I now need to get rid of that negative 2. But notice this is multiplication. Right here was addition. That's what we subtracted. This is multiplication. So like I said, almost always the last thing you're going to do is divide. So if I want to get y by itself, if it's y times negative 2, to get rid of it, I would divide by negative 2. On both sides, of course. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is a 1. So we get y, or 1y. Negative 10 divided by negative 2 is a positive 5. So if you want to be sure, take that positive 5 and plug it in. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Negative 10 plus 13 would be 3.